Hello, my name is Daniela Barragán. I am a first semester student of civil engineer at Javeriana University. Today, I will tell you a little about the game. Some people are unaware of this disease, while others know about gambling but don't see it as a disease. It's quite interesting how this disease can put human beings in an irrational state, directly affecting society. Okay, first I will talk about the meaning of gambling. Gambling is the pathological inclination to play and bet on games of chance. It's a disorder characterized by an inability to control one's impulses to play and bet. Many people are unaware of this type of pathology. However, gambling disorder is recognized as a disease by the World Health Organization and the American Psychiatric Association (APA). In the Executive Committee of the Spanish Society, there is an interesting position put forth by the psychiatrist and leader of the Spanish Foundation of Psychiatry and Mental Health. Jerónimo says, who explains that gambling commonly takes place in bingo halls, casinos, and frequently in online games. According to Dr. Says, the gambler can be considered a drug addict because he is dependent on the game, needs the game, and would do anything to play. A compulsive gambler feels the game is a necessary part of life. Okay, next I will tell you a little about the symptoms of this disease, as it's important that each of us knows how it begins to occur in our brain. It's amazing how this disorder has the power to change the habits and behaviors of players without them being aware. There are 4 things that may indicate a case of gambling addiction. Abandonment of work and social life. Betting on games becomes more important than work or social relationships. It becomes the focus of the gambler's life. Frequent visits to casinos and constant betting indicate a case of pathological gambling. Financial problems. Unforeseen expenses, loans, and lack of money are common issues for the compulsive gambler, who may tell lies to avoid responsibility and thus hate the consequence of his or her disorder. Okay, anxiety and depression disorders. Sometimes those afflicted will not be able to access the game. They feel despair and may experience anxiety disorders and depression. Personality change. Gambling, addiction, and the need to always play can produce personality change, such as irritability, lack of communication, or even aggression. These are the main symptoms of a gambling disorder. It's important to know that the disorder can result in irresistible addiction to betting. Many of you may wonder about the causes of this disease, but the gambling addiction has no specific cause. A variety of factors can contribute to this disease, depending on the individual's situation. So, I will tell you a little bit about the risk factors that can lead to gambling disorder. Genetics. An individual may inherit a certain propensity to become addicted if exposed to gambling. Family and social environment. An environment of unrestricted playing of games of chance is encouraged or practiced as a normal habit can increase the risk that an individual will become a pathological gambler. Okay, psychological and social problems. People going through psychological instability or personal and social problems are at risk. Gambling might serve as an escape from reality for them. Advertising reinforces the idea that gambling can be a means of solving financial problems. Now that we know a little about the causes of the pathological disorder of gambling, we must also take into account that these types of activities are accepted in many societies. Therefore, a key to prevent gambling disorder is understanding the difference between healthy playing as a leisure activity and pathological playing in order to determine whether a specialist is necessary. One of the most efficient approaches is to stay busy, hold a stable job, and have a pleasant family. Among the treatments are pharmacological therapy. Medicines are used to help curb impulses and manage regulatory systems for this behavior. Medicines such as serotonin are used to control depression and naltrexone to control impulses. Okay, next. Individual psychotherapy. The gambler has to recognize the problem and want to solve it. Establish an external control. The gambler must avoid going alone to places that can trigger temptation, such as banks and casinos. Okay, well, that is all for today. I hope this information will be of great help to anyone suffering from this disorder, or for a family member or acquaintance of a compulsive gambler. Remember, gambling is not a healthy game. Thank you for your attention. You can leave comments about this video below.